That's right, I said it and I ain't taking it back. Andre Ward, SOG, is still the pound-for-pound king over Terence Crawford. Andre Ward's number 1 pound for pound. Terence Crawford's number 2. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. Let's go, man. Amazing, Eric. What's up, sports people? My favorite people on planet Earth, whether it's soccer, hockey, football, basketball, WNBA, NBA, whatever, tennis, whatever your sport is, golf. We love sports. One thing we all have in common is we love sports. Sports fans, some of my favorite people on planet Earth. What's up? Today we're bringing some more boxing news to you. This is for my boxing heads. This is for my brothers, my sisters, my boxing heads. We got to talk some boxing right here. I am going to talk today about Andre Ward, SOG, and Terence Bud Crawford. 2 bad men. To me, the top 2 pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now. But what we're going to talk about is why I think Terence Crawford has still not yet surpassed Andre Ward. Why I think Andre Ward is still the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. I'm going to break this down in a few sections. Let's start with this section, though. This is the section we want to start with. I want to start with what pound-for-pound is to me. Now, when I say that, I want to break that down because I don't understand why people get so upset at people over their pound-for-pound list, because there's no exact science to a pound-for-pound list. A pound-for-pound list is actually very subjective. It's individual, really. It's what you feel, what you look for as an individual. So it's no reason to get mad at people over their pound-for-pound list. Wait a minute, I gotta be honest. Every now and then you see a pound-for-pound list and you got a right to get mad. Your boy Eric gives you a right to get mad. You don't need my permission, but you got a right to get mad over this. I'm going to tell you one that a lot of us got mad over. Teddy Atlas with that bogus pound-for-pound list he dared put up after the Terence Crawford and Dungo fight, where he had Lomachenko number 1, Andre Ward number 2, and Terence Crawford number 3. And then he dares tell Andre Ward, after this performance tonight, Terence Crawford is gaining on you. You better watch out. But I guess he's saying Lomachenko is so far out there, they're not gaining on him. And Lomachenko's record is 9-1. And Andre Ward and Terence Crawford are 33-0 and 32-0. That's just disrespectful. And it's also disrespectful to Lomachenko, because Lomachenko is a great talent. I'm not hating on Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a special talent, but we shouldn't be putting that much pressure on him. That man lost within his first 10 fights. So let's let him grow before we say he's the greatest thing ever. That's just not fair. So you can get mad at that one. Go ahead and get mad at that one. But anyway, if we all have the top 5, but we just have them arranged a little different, we shouldn't get mad. We should just discuss it. What we're doing now. Let me tell you why I say Andre Ward is number 1. I think pound for pound for me is something that you take past accomplishments and they all play into what's going on as long as you're still winning. Because right now, Terence Crawford is younger. Terence Crawford looks faster and stronger and like he's more in his prime than Andre Ward is. But Andre Ward, the OG that he is, it counts for something. It counts. Pound for pound is something that actually gets passed down. When this one guy goes out, the next guy goes in. And I don't think Andre Ward's going to be around for that much longer. I think Dre is already looking at his exit strategy. I think 2 to 3 more fights tops for Dre, and we won't even have Andre around a lot longer. And it'll be Terence Crawford's time, because I do think he's next up. Because I think Bud is amazing. Bud is sensational. But we're all giving Bud the number 1 because he went undisputed. Because he cleaned out his division and he went undisputed. I think that's amazing. I think that's great. Kudos to him. Such a great accomplishment. But let's be real. Andre Ward had already cleaned out a division 6-7 years ago. He cleaned out the super middleweight division. He already did that. Andre Ward cleaned out the 168 pound. He was the man there, and he cleaned out his division, and he still hasn't lost. I know he went on a break, but he still hadn't lost. He never retired. So I think this stuff carries over. I want to give that credit. I love what Terence Crawford did, but I personally look at it like what Terence Crawford just did. I feel like there was ground Andre Ward has already covered. Also, we're giving Terence Crawford props for Ndongo. We really are. We should. But Ndongo is really the reason he got the undisputed, because those other 2 guys that had the belts, they weren't going to fight Terence Crawford. They fought Ndongo because they thought they could beat him. So Ndongo went all across the world to win the other belts, and Terence Crawford got a chance to beat him. But let's be real, guys. Ndongo's great. He's awkward. He's lefty. He does some awkward things. But none of us were talking about Ndongo a year ago. None of us. I've been watching. I'm very new to YouTube. My channel's very new. But I've been a fan of all of y'all. I've been a fan of everybody for a long time. Maybe a few videos about Ndongo were up. But Terence Crawford himself even said, I didn't know Ndongo a year ago. So it's not like Ndongo is this world beater that the whole world was so... Terence Crawford deserves props for Ndongo. I want to say that again. Don't get mad. He does. But Let's not act like Ndongo was just come on, man. You know, he was a belt holder, and Terence Crawford beat him because Terence Crawford is the man. I believe in Bud. But here's the main reason I say, it's the last one and we're getting ready to wrap it up. Here's the main reason I say Andre Ward is still the man. Because he did something that Terence Crawford has yet to do. I know Terence Crawford moved up in weight. He moved from 135 to 140 and he took over that division too. So I'm not saying that. But there's a killer. Andre Ward moved up from 168. He went to 175 and he made his whole thing about going to knock on the front door of the killer Crusher Kovalev and asking him to come out and play. That's right. So it took him 2 fights. He just wanted to get himself in shape. But all of us knew when Andre Ward first went to 175, he put it out there. I'm going after Kovalev. He got to come out and play. I wouldn't come up here if I wasn't going to ask him to come out and play. And Kovalev was a bona fide killer. Everybody in the division was scared of Kovalev. Andre Ward not only went there, moved up, but he vanquished Kovalev. And the last I hear, Kovalev is getting ready to retire. He's like wiped Kovalev off the map. That would be the equivalent for Terence Crawford. Now Terence Crawford's moving up to 147 to where it's some killer. Because I don't think it was a killer at 140 like it's killers at 147. It's some killers at 147. So this would be the Terence Crawford. If Terence Crawford was to say, I'm going up to 147, I'm only going to fight 2 fights up here, and I'm getting ready, and I want Earl Spence. That's who I want. I want Earl Spence. Earl Spence is a killer that everybody's scared of, just like Kovalev was a killer that everybody was scared of. And if Terence Crawford took 2 fights to get himself used to 147, and then he went in there and vanquished Earl Spence and made Earl Spence want to retire. Stopped him, made him want to retire, just like Andre Ward did when he fought Kovalev. He took him 2 fights to do it, but now Kovalev looks like he want to quit. If Terence Crawford did that, then I'd be like, whoa. But I'm saying there's still things Andre Ward has accomplished that Terence Crawford hadn't done yet that I think he can do. So this video is in no way to disrespect Bud, but I think Bud is still growing into his. Let's let him get up there. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen at 147. And let's see if Andre can pass the mantle down to him, because I love Ndongo win. I love Undisputed. But if I'm just being honest, the Kovalev win to me is still more impressive than Bud beating Ndongo. I don't think Ndongo was anything in his division what Kovalev was in his division. And that's just me being real. And plus, when we start switching it back and forth, so if you're going to make Terence Crawford number 2 now because he's undisputed, let's say that Andre Ward fights the winner of Badu, because it looks like Badu Jack and Adonis Stevenson is going to happen. If Andre Ward fights the winner of that and he becomes undisputed, then you just move him right back up on Terence Crawford. And then we have to wait to the next fight. And if Terence Crawford knocks out a guy in 6 rounds and Andre Ward carries a guy to the 10th round, then is Terence Crawford back up to number 1? No, we should have the pound for pound, in my view, is something that we pass down when it's time to pass it down to the next man. And as long as Andre Ward is still winning, I personally think Dre's still a man. I'm going to give him number 1, and I'm going to give Terence Crawford a close number 2, or maybe even 1A. That's just my feelings. And again, no disrespect to that boy Bud. That's a bad boy who I think is right there at being the next pound for pound guy. Now we're going to see what's happening to Bud, because Bud is going into the deep water. He's coming on up here. So you got your Sean Porters, you got your Keith Thurmans, you got your Earl Spencers, you got the Danny Garcias. He's really going to be in now. So we'll really see what's going to happen. I think he can pull it off. We'll see. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know what I thought about that. Get back at your boy. Holler at me. What do you think? What do you think about that? What does your pound for pound list look like? Don't get mad. Let's just talk about it, baby. Anyway, holler at your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Amazing Eric Sports. Let's go, man. Peace.